talk to me about hemp for a second. And, because we don't have to deal with this much in Canada, cannabinoids, period, are regulated. In the US, I've had a few different US guests and I've heard differences of opinion, right? Which is, it's great. It helps normalize cannabis. It helps. And I'm like, "It's still hemp, I guess, at the end of the day. Obviously, it's not an input for you, but I'm just curious with what your thoughts are.
Dylan, do you want to go back just quickly a little bit into the science behind it
hmm
and the threshold, and then I can give some thoughts on more of the macro condition?
Yeah, I think from my perspective on the hemp market is number one, you're talking about synthetic cannabinoids. You have all these different operators who are doing these refinement process to turn, CBD into D8, D9, THCA products that skirt around the regulations in any other market. And they're not held to any sort of regulatory framework, right? They can do whatever they want. They can sell at gas stations. They can do whatever. And I think from like moral perspective or just understanding how these products are made, I'm really concerned that some of these operators are cutting corners and putting unsafe products out there. That being said, I think there's some opportunities in that space if they're held to the same sort of regulatory framework that we are in the traditional space.
And you see a lot of multi-state groups going into it or augmenting their product line or even their physical retail strategy. We've seen some retail, MSOs turn their retail into brick and mortar hemp stores. And so in a lot of ways, I'll say this, neither side is going anywhere fast. And so the arc of history is going to have to bring both of them together in some respect. Too much money has been spent on either side and in different regions. What I do find interesting is that while there is a federal loophole for hemp, states are increasingly becoming more aggressive in their regulation of hemp products.